Welcome to another episode of Hello World. Yes. With your girl Joy from Be the Difference. You know, I have to be all extra with everything, right? But before I begin, there's two things. I need to one check to see if I am buffering. You know, I love to check to see if I'm buffering by all means necessary. Ooh, right now I don't look like I'm buffering at all. Hey, Rosie Wren, how are you? Thank you for joining. Guys, please make sure you like, subscribe, share, turn on your notification bells if you wouldn't mind. And last but not least, give me some type of thumbs. I don't like to encourage people um, to do any specific thumbs up or down because if you're really not feeling it, then, put a thumbs down. But give me something. And guys, please feel free to share the stream out because I have a very interesting topic this evening. You know, Hello World is all about talking about everything and anything and talking to real people as often as I can. And tonight I have an interesting guest, and I want you guys to make them feel very warm and welcome. Hey, Warley, how are you? What up, Tanya? Oh my goodness, Tanya, I haven't seen you in a long time. What up, Norgus? J Dog's into his house. Yes. Not tonight, Rosie. I have somebody else already waiting to come in, maybe another night, but I would love for you to stay in the chat, please. So guys, how was your day? I have to talk about mine. So I woke up, I'm super tired. This week, I've been doing so many different things. I haven't really been on YouTube as frequently because I was trying to get to my goal of 1K. And once I got my goal, I was like, okay, that's complete. But I haven't forgotten about YouTube. It's just now I can stream anywhere. And you guys see me at the gym now. So hopefully you guys are picking up some new routines that you can add to your own workouts, or if anything, maybe to encourage you to work out. And you don't have to do the same routines that I do, but if it's there to motivate and encourage you to do something, then do it. I do have one thing to say though. Myra hooked it up. She sent me a picture of someone at the gym, and I guess it was because I encouraged them to work out. I don't know, but it felt so good seeing that. So anyway, despite that, today was a good day. Like, it's very rare that I have bad days now. It's all because I'm trying my best to continue to change my perspective into something a little different. I'm trying my best to think things through. I'm not perfect, nor will I ever be, but I am trying my best to be the best version of myself every day. And I always encourage you guys to do the same too. What up, team? How are you? What up, team Nesbitt? What? Welcome to Hello World. Been working long hours, and sometimes I catch you while I'm driving. Oh, yay. I'm so glad you're still around, though. I really do appreciate you. So other than that, I am excited because I'm getting ready. Well, I went and made about 6 onesies today because I was almost completely sold out. I only had 2 left from the last event I did. So I made some of those tonight. I did laundry. And on Sunday, I'm going to my like second or third official book signing. So I'm excited about that. I got to get ready for that. So anyway, without any delay, I want to introduce you guys to another YouTuber that I met maybe about 3 weeks ago. And hi, Mr. Whale. How are you? Welcome to Hello World. Tonight I have a guest, and his name is Nesby. I'm sorry. And we met not too long ago on these YouTube streets. And I was in his chat the other day, and it was just chatting about everything. And then, he saw my video about, Michelle when she shared her story about addiction and how it affected her family. And then Nesby was talking about his situations and his life. And I was like, hey, would you ever want to consider coming and talking about it on Hello World? Because guys, at the end of the day, it's all about sharing, because we never know who may be going through something and just need that extra encouragement, or just to feel like you are not alone. So without further ado, hey, that girl, what up, Latisa? How are you? Without further ado, I'd like to introduce you guys to a new YouTuber that I met not too long ago, Nesby. And guys, please show all the respect that you show me to anybody that comes on Hello World, because you know how I feel about that. I am very, very, very big on respecting each other. Hey, Hustler TV, how are you? Yes, what up, Trooper? I have a guest tonight. So, and then I also have a guest tomorrow evening. So anyway, without further ado, I'd like to introduce you guys to Nesby, and let's see what he has to say.
Working in the correct way, please.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Welcome to Hello World.
Hello World.
Oh, you said that perfect. So how are you doing today?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I can't complain. I'm a little on that tired side, but for the most part, I am thankful that I'm still alive and able to do what I can.
That's all that matters. You still smiling?
Trying. So where are you from?
I am from Dayton, Ohio.
Oh, okay. Okay, cool.
Yeah, but I live in DC, so.
Okay.
Yay.
So yeah, you have a story, and just tell us your story and who you are, who you aspire to be, what drives you, what motivates you, all of that good stuff.
Well, I would say, where to begin? I am a trans man, first of all. Proud to say it. I am a trans man from Dayton, Ohio, basically. I started YouTube to share my journey, basically. I recently had the gastric bypass surgery. Mm-hmm. And my girlfriend had the gastric sleeve. So I was like, oh, well, we got two interesting topics to talk about. So let's do that. And I started doing that. I mean, if you want to come over here, love, you can. Oh, okay. So that's my love in the background. Sorry. But yeah, I was like, we got two interesting, things to talk about. So I'm gonna share my journey, period.
What made you want to do the gastric bypass?
Cause I was fat. I was fat. Like, I was that cousin that sat at Thanksgiving with 3 plates of food and did not get up until all of them was empty. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was fat. Like, and I knew that I wanted to change, but I wasn't gonna be able to do it by myself. So I went and had the gastric bypass surgery done. My next surgery is probably about 3 or 4 months into 2020, and that's when I will have my skin removed and my top surgery. I'm having that done at the same time.
What is a top surgery?
Basically where they remove my man boobs.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm excited for that. Like, sometimes I regret not having that done first, but I understand why they said get the gastric first and then get the top surgery. So it made sense to me. Even though I hated it, it still made sense to me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So what pushed you to the edge where you wanted to have to completely do transgender?
And I was just talking about this the other day.
Okay.
If I would have known that what my actions back in the day was gonna be who I am today, mm-hmm. then I probably would have done it a long time ago.
What do you mean by your actions, though?
Huh?
What do you mean by your actions?
So back in the day, right? I was okay. Keep it PG, babes here.
Yeah.
Okay, so I was a stud. Okay. And I used
stud. Just so
stud is an aggressive aggressive female, like super butch, basically low haircut, dreads.
Okay.
You know, they kind of give you that hardcore tomboy. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like it's so many names for it, but basically you're just a extra aggressive female,
Okay.
extra tomboy, extra tomboy. But I used to go to a local club and I would draw, you know, a mustache on or a beard on. I would tie my chest down and I would go perform as a male impersonator. You know
Okay.
what I'm saying? Everything. I just yeah. So from that point on, I did it in my everyday life. Like I would I don't want to say like yeah, okay. So yeah, I would just basically I don't know what to say for that though. Yeah, I was always very masculine, put it like that. I
Okay.
was very masculine. If you guys want to find out about that, like for real, y'all could come check out the story on my channel. But yeah, because I want to keep it very PG. You know, I
I
want to
mean,
keep
you can talk, but just you can refrain from foul language. That's all.
okay, so I used to walk around with my strap on. I mean, well, wait. I don't want to just say it like that. Like I don't want to just say it like I don't want to just say it like that. But basically I used to walk around with um extra equipment. You know what
Okay.
I'm saying? That's a better way to put it. That's the best way to put it. I used to walk around with extra equipment and go extra hard on like appearing as if I was a man. Okay. So I took that extra amount and I didn't know back then that my actions was like me shouting out for help. I don't want to say help, but like it was the inner me reaching out, basically. Like this
Mhm.
is how you feel more comfortable. This is, you know, this is what you really want to do. And I wish I would have known that back then. But back then there was no such thing as transgender. Like in my era, and because I was born in the 80s, first of all, I was born in the 80s and raised in the 90s. So if people were gay or transgender, it wasn't nobody else's business. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like they kind of hid stuff like that. So it's not like I grew up with a transgender role model. I did have a couple like lesbian aunts, but and I was like, you know, a, more towards them than I was the rest of my family, but it was like I don't know how to explain it. Yeah, we didn't have the same support system back then. People weren't as open and you know willing to at least listen.
So let me ask you this. So when you were growing up, right?
Uh,
Did you ever feel like you were
Different.
born different or born gay or
No, no. But I did ask my mom if I was supposed to be a boy like twice.
Mhm.
I asked her, like, Mom, was I supposed to be a boy? Was I supposed to be a boy?
And what
Because
you say?
yes, she was like, no, you're supposed to be what you are. You're my daughter. I love you.
Okay.
Like it wasn't, she didn't think of it as anything. You know what I'm saying? Like she was, but back then I used to play with like I had a big carpet rug, right? And it was like I could drive my cars on it. Basically, it was like I could drive my cars on it. I could build stuff on it. Like you remember Connects and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but it was a big carpet and it had like railroads and roadways, so you could really like build a city on
Okay.
the carpet if you wanted to. You know what I'm saying? And I would do stuff like that. Like I never was a Barbie person. I never was like my mom says she got me in a dress when I was little, but ever since I turned 10, it was not happening. Like it was not going down. Um, I like playing with the boys, like, and I like chasing after girls. You know, I like kissing girls and getting, you know, hit because that's what happened. If you run up on a girl and smack her on the butt, she gonna hit you. Like, she gonna hit you. That's facts.
Oh, I guess you got smacked up a whole lot.
Yeah.
Did you have like were you made fun of it all, like growing up in school, or did you hide it? Did you hide wanting to be a guy in school, or like was this?
I didn't even know that far back. You know what I'm saying? And the way it's so funny because I was a freshman when I met these two people, right? I'm not gonna drop their names, but let's just say I'm gonna call them big bros. Okay, they're like my mentors. But I met them my freshman year in high school, and I guess my whole approach, they were just like, "Oh, you gay." Or you a lesbian. And I was like, well, what's a lesbian? Like, I didn't even know what it was. You know what I'm saying? And they was like, well, you like girls. I was like, yeah, I like girls. And it was like, well, are you like butch or are you femme? And I was like, well, at that point, I didn't know. So I tried to be a girl, and that didn't work in my favor. Like, I was hella cute, but I just wasn't comfortable. I just wasn't comfortable, you know? So then I switched from being a femme to a stud, and I never looked back. And I went from being a stud to transitioning. And everybody always asks, and I think this about to be your next question. Everybody always asks, do you feel like become transitioning is the next step after being a stud? No. I think that a lot of studs are just that, studs. And I think that some studs may want to transition but don't necessarily know how to go about doing it or have a support system when they do choose to transition.
Well, no, my next question was gonna be, how long does it normally take for all of that to happen? Does it like
what you mean like a transition?
Yeah.
Well,
is it painful? Like, I know it's got to be painful.
I have decided not to have bottom surgery. I'm getting a second skin for my bottom area, but I haven't had top surgery yet. I'm not having top surgery until 2020, so I don't know. Okay. I had a friend who just had top surgery Monday, but he's up and walking around now. Like, I got a couple friends that had it already, and they was like, man, 1 or 2 days. The only thing that they worried about and that I also worry about is the leakage tubes and sleeping, because I'm a wild sleeper, but supposedly they're supposed to be strapped down to your chest when you get them removed.
What leakage tube?
So when you get top surgery, they remove all of this up here, you're still going to be puffy, and there's still like some extra stuff in there that is going to leak out.
Would be the same for like when you get if you were getting implants.
Yeah.
Part of that process, they do that too.
Okay, so yeah, it's the opposite of getting implants. Okay. So there is some fluids, I guess, that they still have to drain out of your body, so that you get 2 of them. And they hang from up under your arms and around your chest.
Okay. So yeah. Wow, it's just that simple, I guess, then, right?
I mean, it's easier said than done, but kinda.
So, like, will they change your inside organs too, or no?
No, not for skin removal and top surgery. No.
Okay. I mean, I'm new to this, so I'm asking some crazy questions, I'm sure.
No, no, you're not. Actually, that's a veggie. I'm hungry slightly. That's actually a very excellent question. And the reason why I say that is because some transgender men decide to have a full hysterectomy and add the appendage, but that is not safe. You know what I'm saying? And 9 chances out of 10, it's not going to work, and it's going to be a whole lot more pain than you anticipated when you can literally have a second skin made for you to fit you. And it allows you to do everything. It's like I don't want to say a 4-in-1, but basically a 4-in-1.
So it actually works?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So basically what it is, like,
we're talking about human anatomy, guys. So,
well, no, not him. Well, yeah. Yeah, kind of. I would say like this. There's a cup. There's a cup. If you choose like me, if you're choosing not to have bottom surgery, then there is a second skin. And basically what it is it allows you to cup your lady parts, and it's kind of motorized, so it gets erect and it gets flaccid, and it allows you to pee out of it. Yeah. But just like a skin, you have to wash it daily.
Okay.
Yeah. But that's basically what it is that I'm getting. Because I've already had the gastric bypass surgery. I'm not about to have nothing else done to my stomach, period. Period.
Are you going to lose more weight? Are you still able to lose more weight? Can you do exercises, anything like that?
So before I have top surgery, I have to get to at least 185 pounds, which I say I'm 100 pounds away from that.
Okay.
So I have adopted a healthier lifestyle. I like to work out at least once a day for an hour, hit the treadmill for an hour. By me having the gastric bypass surgery, I already can't eat a lot. So I like to stay hydrated, I like to stay hydrated. Most of the time in the morning, I have a cup of coffee or two. But after that, I drink like waters with like different sugar-free flavors in them and things like that.
So I guess your meal is definitely going to be a veggie.
Yeah, like I think I'm at, we having turkey pot pies.
Oh, wait. So there's a question. Tanya said, so is it like a prosthetic?
Yes. It's just a second skin, though. They call it a second skin.
Okay.
Yeah. That's exactly what it is.
So so do you have to take a lot of medication just to get prepared for the transition? Like do you have to take stuff to help your hormones change and all of that stuff?
Okay, so you do, first of all, you have to see an endocrinologist, okay? And your endocrinologist will send you to an OBGYN and a therapist. Now, why an OBGYN? Because you want to stop Shark Week, right? Most of the time when they stop Shark Week, they implant this little thing in your arm to stop you from menstruating.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then after talking to a therapist, they can either approve you or deny you for testosterone. And there are 3 different ways that you can take testosterone. You can take it intramuscular, which is in the buttocks. You can take it it's in the stomach, basically.
Oh, okay.
I can't pronounce it, but it's in the stomach. It's a little. Are you for real? That's Ginger going ham. But yeah, it's submuscular, which is in your stomach, and then you can get androgel, which is like lotion that you rub in on your shoulders. After you get in the shower, you just have to make sure that it's fully rubbed into your skin.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it's not like you have to take a lot of pills?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
So has that changed?
Yeah. On the female side of things, like if you're transitioning from male to female, then yes, that's a totally different process. But transitioning from from female to male is not as complicated.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because they have to have a lot more surgeries done, especially if they're getting bottom surgery. They have to have their innards, reconnected and reset up. And they have to have their top surgery is, having breast implants. Some of them get hair removal, there are different tricks into the trade, I guess.
Wow.
It's the best way of saying that.
Wow.
I think I don't know if that was a comment for you or for me. You said you wanted to ask a question. What's your question?
Oh no, Tanya was just stating that she wants to learn and be respectful at the same time.
Oh, yeah.
You know, she's not the questions that she's asking, she may think that is disrespectful, but she's only trying to show respect because she
Gotcha.
wants to learn like what's going on. And like, you know, like all of us, like this, it's not like every day you come across topics like these. So
Right.
I can understand, like, and you know, even too, I don't want to step on feet either, but you know, I feel like
hard to offend, so ask away.
even still, I don't want to offend anybody that could possibly watch this after it's here. You know what I mean?
That
So
makes sense.
I'd rather be as tread lightly and also try to be respectful because again, this is something new for a lot of us.
Right.
What was I was gonna ask? I was gonna ask another question. Oh, okay. So, like, how long does that the cream or the injection or forever?
Yeah.
Oh.
Like, basically, it's kind of like what goes on with the gastric bypass, right? It's cool to have the gastric bypass, but what they do kind of tell you that you'll be on vitamins forever, ever. You'll be taking supplements forever, ever. So it's the same thing with androgel or the submuscular or the intramuscular hormones.
Is that covered by insurance?
Some do. If you have Kaiser Permanente, they help you with it. I think up to 85% because they are very good advocates for the LGBT community.
So how much does this whole process, like, you don't have to give me a total amount, but like if somebody were going through the same situation and they wanted to know how much this is going to cost them, if they can ever afford it, if their insurance will accept it, how much can somebody look forward to paying?
Well, the top surgery is basically cosmetic, and I got lucky with my surgeon because she's going to include it with the second part of my gastric bypass surgery. So she's going to slide that in there for your boy.
Oh, okay. You got a good doctor.
Yeah. And because both of those were medical, conditions, because I was morbidly obese, they were completely covered by my insurance. Because instead of being one of them people to sit back and collect, like, and this is not against nobody who does that, but I don't ever want to get so big that I can't do nothing. I wanted to live a healthier lifestyle. I told my doctor I wanted to live a healthier lifestyle. I told my doctor everything that I wanted to do with my body, and he suggested therapy, and he, sent me to the endocrinologist and everybody else. So at this point, everything is up in the air, but already approved. I just have to lose the weight. Yeah, I still wanted to be active. I couldn't just sit around and like do nothing, just collect a check. Like, no, that's not.
What do you do for a living?
Hobbies.
Oh, you call it hobbies.
Hobbies. When it gets me out the house every day, I get a chance to get up, get out, make a little money wherever I see fit, and then come back to the house. I'm really trying to pursue YouTube full time. Mm-hmm. So
I need to go and find your link. Just talk about whatever you want to talk about. I'm going to try to find your link and put it in the chat. So if people wanted to follow your story.
Find out about my story.
Yeah.
Yeah, just put in search Bryson Nesby, BrycenNesby into the YouTube search engine, and you will definitely find my sexy face. I would love to tell you guys a little bit about my channel, if that's okay.
Yeah, please do.
It kind of explains me it really represents me to the best of my ability. It's called Sessions, and in my journey sessions, that's the one where it's about me. It's challenges that I've done, like YouTube challenges that I've done. It's Trance Me and Speak, where I kind of did what you're doing now, but without StreamYard. I wish I'd have known about StreamYard then, honestly. But that's me talking to other trans men and finding out their stories. And then you have my truth, which is my story, and I talk about the different things that I go through. Sunday sessions, I basically give you a quote to meditate on, an affirmation, a strain of the week. I know you're a non-smoker, but you know it's Bob right here. I'm a super smoker with tiny lungs. Okay, so I have sessions. That's what I call my channel, sessions. Then you will find the second playlist, which is couple sessions, which is me and Babe. I am, in a relationship, so I shared our weight loss journey, and sometimes we vlog together. Then there's that mukbang session, smash sessions. Your boy was hungry at one point in time. I could eat. At one point in time, I could definitely eat. I can't eat no more, but that's where smash sessions is. And basically, the reason why I say my channel it represents me in the best way possible is because my journey is just that, my journey. You know what I'm saying? Trans Men Speak is a story of others. But how is it that, so many people who don't know each other could have the same story, have the same emotions, and not let this be like a real thing? You know what I'm saying? Like, being trans is it's a mind thing. You know what I'm saying? For real. And back in the day that you would say that, trans people were crazy, they would separate them. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's definitely interesting. And the reason why I say I learned so much from them, I learned so much about self-acceptance and self-love from those gentlemen that it motivated me to start my truth, where I talk about depression, anxiety, dealing with HS.
What's HS?
Hydrangeated suppurativa.
What's that?
Basically like boils.
Okay.
So if you eat the wrong thing or you do the wrong thing, it's just basically how toxins, they accumulate in your body as boils.
Okay.
And then they erupt in just nasty stuff. It'll be on Tuesdays, My Truth.
Wow.
Yeah. So that'll be on this week's My Truth, HS, my journey with HS, and how I deal with it.
It sounds like you've gone through a lot.
Yeah. But my goal is each one teach one. If somebody, does, I can't call you ignorant if you don't know the information. You know what I'm saying? So therefore, I'll educate you and entertain you at the same time.
Are you afraid of anything? Like, especially going through the journey that you're going through now?
Death.
No.
Just death. That's the only thing I'm scared of. I'm scared of dying before reaching my purpose.
What do you think your purpose is?
To educate it.
We talk about this all the time on Hello World. I always feel like you gotta go to your higher heights so you can reach your purpose.
Yeah, that's facts though. But my purpose is to educate and entertain. My purpose is to preach self-love. And I don't mean preach as in your pastor preach, but to speak on, loving yourself, flaws and all, basically. Like really digging into the nitty-gritty of yourself and being like, you know what? I see you and I accept you.
Yes, we talk about this all the time.
Yeah, like you may have did some messed up stuff, but that does not mean that's who you are. My one thing that my grandmother taught me was your actions of the past make you who you are today, but your present actions will make you who you are tomorrow. So choose wisely in the things that you pursue.
Yes. Oh, I like your grandma. I wish she was here.
Yeah,
we're on Hello World.
I miss her, boy. I miss her. And that was like one of the biggest things that I had to deal with. death. But I don't want to die without, completing my purpose.
It sounds like you're doing a good job so far.
I'm trying to do it the same way you are, without being disrespectful, without being offensive. But yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
I want to be so transparent with people, and I feel like that's what's gonna catch on. Give it time. I just gotta give it time. Because I come from a genuine place, for real.
Right. And again, like, the only way that I think our world is going to continue to get better is if we understand each other's differences.
Yeah.
Like, we don't have to agree with everything that everybody
does.
Exactly. At least if you're aware, like, you can start thinking like, man,
what if the shoe was on the other foot?
Right. And then, like, if this is what they're going through, like, maybe I don't want to add to any more trauma.
Yep, there you go.
Because it's not going to make the situation. It might make them angry. It might make them incite, riots.
Yeah, you never know. See, here's the thing. Here's the only choice we have as people. We can either accept people for who they are or not accept them for who they are. You know what I'm saying? But realize that with both comes responsibility. For real. If you're going to accept this person for who they are, know that they have flaws. And if you choose not to, be responsible in knowing that. Like, no.
There's a question right here.
What's the question?
If you look at the chat, if you look at the StreamYard, it says,
do you have support from your family and friends? Yes.
Yes. Have any family members like excommunicated you?
Before or after
because of your lifestyle, because you came out and you said, hey, I know in my heart, in my mind, in my body, in my soul that I'm supposed to be a man. And
I never did that.
Huh?
I never did that with anybody in my, what's it called? Like my extended family. I never did that. I talked to my inner family. I told them that was it. My extended family, I really don't care. You know what I'm saying? Because you're not part of my inner circle, But a couple of my cousins, they don't deal with me, and that's fine because I don't deal with you neither. You know what I'm saying? Like, you didn't make
because of your lifestyle, or just because?
Just because I'm for real a smoker.
Oh, because you smoke.
I smoke a lot of marijuana, and that may be it, or I don't know, but they made their choice. You only get two with me. You can either mess with me or not. That's the only two choices you got. Like, that's the only two choices. If you choose to mess with me, hey, family. If not, deuces. Like, for real. And I'm going to just say this too, that being in this YouTube community, I have picked up some amazing friends, some amazing supporters. Like, they make me do this, that, because they learn. And that way, like I said, you can't call nobody ignorant if they don't have the information. So before I jump down your throat and be like, you ignorant son of a da-da-da, and be all angry, I'm going to be like, well, did you know? Let me educate you first. Let me educate you before you step in and can't clean it off.
Right.
So yeah. I do. I have an amazing support system. Like, and first of all, not every trans man or trans woman has an amazing support system. Not everyone has it. And who have it the absolute worst is our transgender women of color. Because right now they're reporting that the last person was number 19. But because so many transgender women get misgendered, or they get forgotten, basically, they're saying like it's 19, but it's really got to be like 25 or 26 transgender women of color that have been murdered this year.
Speaking of that,
yeah, and that's what's on Sunday Sessions too. On Sunday Sessions, I do a little bit of trans news, just to keep people in the loop of what's really happening in our community, in the trans community.
How do you feel about and this is just a general topic, whether it be a transgender man or a transgender woman. Let's just say they don't have the bottom surgery, but they just have their tops done, right?
Okay.
Do you think that it would be fair, or how do you feel about them going to or trying to date or approach a person who is heterosexual and doesn't know that they really are transgender? How do you feel about that?
I feel like, look, if you're over the age of 18 and you want to date somebody and you know, shoot your shot, be honest with that person when you are shooting your shot. That's all I'm saying. If you decide to take it to the next level, be upfront, be honest then. Like, okay, so before we get here, I want to let you know that I'm this, and this. I'm so blessed I don't have to deal with that because I've been with my girl for a minute now. So I'm blessed that I don't have to deal with the dating scene because I wouldn't know how to navigate through that.
Yeah,
that long to learn how to navigate through that anyway. Like,
so how about like through the community that you've gotten, you said you were inspired by them, right? So like, has that topic ever come up with them? Like, have they ever said like, hey, you know, I was pursuing this girl or this guy, and you know, they decided they didn't want to be with me when they found out what my true
and it's not your true identity. Wait, it's
well,
not.
I'm sorry, what you were born with.
Yeah. Okay. So basically, your gender identity. That's what we talk.
Exactly. That's what I meant. Sorry.
So basically, there are people who choose not to further a relationship with somebody because of their label or whatever. But again, if that's your choice, then walk away, clean slate, wipe your hands of it and walk away. There's no reason to drag that person through the mud, out them. There's no reason to do all of that. You know what I'm saying? They're trusting you with sensitive information. Now, if you choose to take that sensitive information and not mess with them, that's fine, but do it in a respectful way.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because I have Sonny's Love, right? Last year, there were 5 transgender women murdered. They said they might have been a serial killer. They stopped suddenly, but no one was ever arrested. Yeah, because you know what? I'm about to touch on that too real quick. Down south, they have a law, and I don't know exactly which states it's in, but I know that this law is on the books, where if you do anything malice to somebody in the LGBT community, if you do any, they talking gay slurs, you know, if they beat you up or jump you or something like that, they can be charged. But if you actually commit a crime against somebody in the a felony crime against somebody in the LGBT community, they can't do nothing about it. They cannot do nothing about it. It only the law only covers abuse to a certain extent. What kind of messed up law is that? Like, if you're going to protect us, protect us. If you're not, then don't do it. You know, don't give us some half, but you know, law that's supposed to protect us when it doesn't. So you can beat me up and go to jail, but if you murder me, you get out scot-free.
Wow.
Like, for real, that's what we doing? For real? Like, and it's so crazy because the only thing you ever hear about transgender men is them getting beat up. Like, I'm not saying that in a positive way, like you hear they get beat up. No, I'm saying like that's an epidemic too, but transgender women of color are dying. Like, think about June, right? Malaysia Booker.
Yeah, I saw that video.
She was 22 years old. First of all, they had a viral video of this young lady getting her life beat the heck out of her. You know what I'm saying? A viral video of this young lady getting her life within an inch of consciousness. You know what I'm saying? Just for her to survive that and 2 weeks later be murdered for the same exact reason, right? They don't have no witnesses. They don't have no clues. We just lost a life. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't. Transgender women are being murdered, and it's an epidemic. And whether it's 19 or 22,
do you think race has to do anything with that? Like if it was a transgender of a different race, you think that there would be more?
If it was so if it was okay, so you know who gets the most acceptance? And I'm just gonna be flat out all the way 100 honest with y'all. The most acceptance are white transgender women, especially if they super pass. You know what I'm saying? Like if they super pass, if they can get off.
What is super pass?
What pass means is there's no question that in your mind that they were a woman.
Okay, that they were a man before.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So basically there's no question in your mind that, you know, like yourself, you would be considered a cisgender woman. You're a heterosexual, born in that body, love that body woman, cisgender.
Okay.
Yeah. So transgender white women, they get the most love because, you know, they come from privilege. Low key, they can afford to go cash out for those surgeries. They can, and I'm not saying all of them, but the ones there's some who do. You know what I'm saying? Because transgender women of color don't have access to those funds or, you know, to the materials or, you know, certain things that would make them feel better about themselves or to deal with their dysphoria even better. They can't afford that, you know, so they get there the best way they know how. Yeah, it's like, and that includes Mexican transgender women, that includes Latinas, colors. It doesn't matter. Like I didn't mean to say colors like that, but African American, anything with a darker tint. Put it like that. Anybody with a darker tint. It's a struggle because people first you got so many things within the community, like right? Like what would be something like how can I'm losing my words.
That's okay. Take your time.
There's so many taboos within each community that they don't get the support that they need. That's the best way to put that sentence. There's so many taboos out in the world that they don't get the support they need and the love they need and the respect they need.
Myra, I mean, not Myra, Megan, yes, that is Bob Marley in the background.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the great Bob Marley. He was such a peaceful
person, yes.
And like, if you really look at the history of Bob Marley and like really understand what he was all about, he really was trying to speak love and getting our world together.
Yeah.
I watched his documentary. It was very interesting.
I love Bob. Like I love Bob. Ever since I read the book Rastafari, it's loosely based off of his life, but I read it twice and it just set out to me like, you know, how peaceful you can choose your life to be. If you choose not to worry, if you choose not to stress, you know, those are still options. You know what I mean? Yes. You still have the option to choose. Like you may feel like you're in a place where, oh, I don't got no options. My back is against the wall. But that's not true. Your back is never against the wall. It's never against the wall. You still have options. That's the thing with Bob Marley. His spirit lives through everybody who believed in love and peace and harmony. Like I am a big smoker, but I feel like me smoking, it puts me in a place of clarity. You know, where I can focus on one thought at a time rather than, you know, when I'm not high, I just be like all over the place. I could do a million things at once. I could start this, not finish it, go here and start this. I could just keep going and going. But marijuana, for real, it keeps me calm. It keeps me thinking. It keeps me focused.
And you got to tell everybody you have a license to have medical marijuana.
Oh, yes. Oh,
let them know.
So let's get this clear, guys. I live in DC. Medical marijuana is legal. It is legal. It has been prescribed for me by my doctor. Okay. I do go to a store. I go to a store. I get buzzed in. I show them my ID. I purchase my products. I show them my ID and I leave.
See, I told you that you just got to make it clear so everybody knows there's a medical necessity for the marijuana.
I have a card for that.
Okay, guys, gotta make it real though. Clear it up.
Legally, your boy can smoke. Yeah, I may have tiny lungs and cough a lot, but I still be blowing back. You feel me?
Well, I mean, this was insightful, guys. I just put Bryce's, Nesby. I'm sorry. I just put Nesby's link in the chat. Please feel free if you want to know more about what he's doing and the
journey is dope, guys. Listen. My journey is dope, guys. You get me. I may be a little high, but you know what I'm saying? Hey, I'm transparent. I'm just very honest, and for real, get to know me. You're gonna love me, I promise. You're gonna get a giggle too, trust me.
So definitely, guys, you know how I like to end my shows. You're more than welcome to come back again. Go ahead.
Can I say something?
Sure.
Thank you so much for inviting me.
Oh, no problem.
And I didn't mean to cut you off before, and I didn't mean to cut you off this time, but I just wanted to say thank you for inviting me. I really have fun answering your questions.
Oh, good.
Any more, feel free to reach out.
Yeah, you can come back again next year when everything is all complete. Let us know how the surgeries went.
Okay, yes.
Yeah, we got to get that little update. But you guys know you are beautiful. You are amazing. There is no mistake about you. You were put on this very earth for a very special reason. And you just got to figure out what your purpose is. And if you want to know what your purpose is, you know how I always say, take a look at the mirror. If you can look at yourself for 5 minutes and just see who you are, see your imperfections and say, you know what? There's something I need to fix. That's the beginning of your journey in learning who you are. And once you allow God, your higher maker, or whoever you believe in to start working in you, you're starting to open up. And you're saying, not only do you want blessings, but you want to be put in a position where you can be utilized to the best of your ability. It's all about, I feel like life is all about us getting together and learning each other, just like we're learning different stories every day. Hello World is all about that. We talk about everything and anything. And when I say everything and anything, there's going to be topics that are going to be uncomfortable. There's going to be topics that are going to be fun. There's going to be talks. You're going to see me in the gym often, but whatever the case may be, at the end of the day, I truly, truly believe that our world is getting better. And in order for that to continue to happen, we all need to put our parts in together. I believe you're all more than just beautiful, but you are making a difference in somebody's life every single day. I truly believe that. If that were not the case, then you would not be here with me right at this very moment. Right. So I hope that the rest of your evening is as amazing as today. I hope that you sleep so peacefully and so restfully that when you wake up in the morning, you are ready to be the best version of yourself and continue to make a difference to a whole lot of people. So my name is Joy. If you ever want to get to know anything about Be the Difference clothing, Hello World, check the links down below. I have my quotes book. So check out the links down below. You can purchase that. It'll be a good support to me. I feel like you guys feel like I do a lot. One way to support me is, if you can't purchase something, then tell somebody else who might be able to purchase something. And not only that, guys, the holidays are coming. So why not shop for inspiration first and then other things? So you got to be the difference. And I make everything, guys. I make everything. So you get a little bit of me in all of your products. So
Nice.
without being any more extra than I am, my name is Joy from Be the Difference. I want to say thank you to Nesby for being so open and, if I asked any crazy questions, I apologize, but this is all new. And I'm glad that you guys were in the chat learning something as well. Please do. Hey, Patty D, what up? Mr. Brown, how are you? Without further ado, me, Nesby, you're going to have to say hello world with me at the end, right?
Okay.
All right. So, guys, my name is Joy from Be the Difference Clothing. It was an honor and a pleasure to have you guys give me a little bit of your time and us a little bit of your time each and every day, because you can do something else. I am on Hello World every single night between 7 and 9. So you can catch me in between those hours. And until we meet again, my name is Joy.
I'm Nesby.
And this is another episode of Hello World.
Hey.
God, but good night, guys.